To review for our word parts test, today students did a frame to kind of organize all the information that they need to know. Now the test tomorrow is actually going to um, be a way for students to apply their knowledge of the word parts. So what I have done is looked for words that I don't think students would know, or I hope that they don't know, and they have to be able to apply the meanings of the parts of the words to help them define and use context clues to figure out an unknown word. So we started by our focus, which we decided, and students actually come up with the terminology and the phrasing that we use here. We are studying word parts, and we decided that word parts is about learning prefixes, suffixes, and roots um, to break words apart. And so then we went through the 6 word parts that students are going to be learning. I'm not sure I'll have time to do all of them, but I will get started on them. And so students had to recall, hopefully, because they should have been studying this since last week when I told them about the test. Um, the different word parts. So the first one has actually 4 different parts. Before we defined them, we actually thought of some words that have the word parts in them because we called them reminding words. Easy words that everybody kind of knows to help us remember what the parts of the words mean. So we had lavatory for lav, laundry for lau, lotion for lot, and we came up with solution for LUT. And it wasn't like a solution to a problem, but more like a solution in science class, like a mixture of something, like a mixture with water. And that was to help us remember that LAVLAULUT means wash. Now I have this box down here that says non-examples, which we'll probably use with some other word parts. It doesn't really work that well with these word parts. But what we're looking at for non-examples are words that just coincidentally have the same spelling as our word part, but has nothing to do with the meaning of the word part. So for example, lot, as in lottery, or a lot of something. They don't have anything in meaning to do with wash. They just happen to have that spelling. So instead for this last box, we tried to come up with a word or a phrase that put our definition and one of our example words in a sentence or phrase together. And so for this one, we came up with wash the laundry. So we know our definition is wash, and its part of the word is LAU. Okay, another word was flecked, or I'm sorry, a word part was flecked and flex. It has 2 different meanings that go with it. And so for flecked, one of our example words was reflection, when we think of light bouncing back or bending back from an image in a mirror, and flexible. And these are both words that most students should be able to associate very easily with the definition, which is bend. So if flex and flecked mean bend, we wanted to put a word phrase together with bend and one of our example words. So we said bend the flexible ruler. And so we've got our definition, bend, and our word part, flex. Okay, another word part was fract or frag. And we had the words fracture and fragment. And if you were in my first period class, which seems to be my violin class, they wanted to use frag grenade, which is fine because it does actually fit the definition or the meaning of fract and frag, which is break. And so when we put our definition together with a word, we had break the, or I can't remember our sentence. Break a fragment off. the broken fragment cut me. So we could do any means of putting those together. So we had break, meaning, frag. And so we went ahead and did this for our remaining other three word parts and use this hopefully as a means of helping students study tonight. That's all I have time for because the bell rang. So use your notes tonight as a means of helping you study. Thanks.